So hello everyone, welcome to my new video. Today we are gonna start a Flutter series. In this series, we will be seeing some random, things. I will be teaching you some random things. Today my topic is that today I'm gonna teach you about something about GetX state management tool of Flutter, and basically what is GetX and some small functions, or you can say small things about GetX, the route management, the dependency injection, and controllers. How to use that, how to implement that using a simple application. We will be designing a simple, very simple application, basic application, so that you can understand what is GetX. So basically, GetX is nothing but a state management tool. I can't say nothing. It is a very powerful tool of Flutter, and we are going to integrate the GetX state management tool in this template project that we get by Flutter when we start a new when we create a new project. You can see here, just on clicking this increment button, it increments the count. This is the template that we get initially while we create any new project in Flutter. So we are gonna integrate our GetX state management in this. Let's see some documentations. What does GetX, what is GetX? And basically GetX is nothing but it is a state management thing. It increases your productivity, performance, and organization. Okay. And yeah, so there are some limitations how to use it, what functions, the basic function. We are going to check this controller thing, we are going to see this get back. Then we are gonna, this is basically route management, how to do this. All your route management thing becomes so easy by using this GetX thing. Okay, so now let's see how you can integrate this with your project. Just go into your pubspec file and just copy this thing out. Copy this thing, open your terminal and run this command, flutter. Okay, flutter pub get, pub add get. And as soon as you run this, you will get here, you will see something here below your Cupertino icons. You will get this thing. Okay, so now what we need to do is, and yeah, one more thing I would like to tell is, after Flutter 3 was introduced, you can see that you initial, sorry, Flutter 2, you initially get a web thing. You initially get a web folder already created, you don't need to run. And but if you are using any version that is before 2, just you need to run this command, flutter create dot. As soon as you run this command, you will see here your web folder if you don't have. Okay, so now let's move on and check what are we gonna do. Firstly, just create two folders called controllers. Okay, and new folder called screens. Okay, into controller just create one file called counter controller dot. Okay, so we are gonna do here is, we are gonna do that counting thing. We are gonna create a class for counting that value that happens here, this increment thing. Okay, so let's create a class called class counter controller, and this will extend your GetX controller. GetX controller you need to create like this. Okay, and we need to import the libraries. So let's import our libraries also. We will import our GetX. Okay, it is already in. Okay, it will automatically do in VS Code, and even in Android Studio it does now. So now what we need to do is, we need to make the, you know counter increment, and for that we need to make the variable observable. Okay, this is a thing in GetX, that you can make any variable observable. Okay, so for doing that, you need to just declare a variable called, let's call it counter equal to 0. Okay, so the thing is that for making it observable in GetX, don't forget this, note this point, you need to use this .obs thing. It will automatically come as we have already. Okay, so this will makes the variable observable. Okay, I will be attaching the link of this repo in the description. So don't forget to check it out. Dot obs makes the variable observable. Okay, now what we are gonna do, we are gonna make a function which will increment it. Okay, void increment. Okay, counter plus plus. Okay, so all the variable that you need to keep a track of or you need to check, just make it as observable using this getx. Now come to your main dot and okay, I'll close this. I will come here, I will remove this whole widget, this everything, let's remove it. Okay, just we have our my home page. Okay, this is, now what we are going to do is change this material app into get material app. So why we are gonna do this is get library. Okay. So once you have done this, okay. So why do we need to put here get material app? Because all the route management and everything will be possible only if you are using get material app instead of material app. Using this get material app, also you can change, the screens without using your build context from anywhere in the code. Literally anywhere in the code. Let's create our home screen now in the screens. So here it will be home dot dart. I will keep the name as home dot dart, and one more screen will be there, which will be named as other dot dart. Let's keep it as other dot dart. Okay, come to home dot dart. Just import your material. Import. Okay, material. Where is material dart? Material. Okay, okay. I will be putting that get import get. Okay, and once you have done this, now you can come to, okay. Now what you are going to do is you are going to make a stateless widget, and mostly you are going to use now stateless widget only. Don't worry, because getx make it super easy for you. Okay, let's name it as home screen. Okay, so now what you are going to do is here this widget you are going to change it to scaffold. You are going to use scaffold. What a scaffold does is you will be able to access the whole screen now. Okay, I am gonna make a column for it. Okay, let's make a column, and we will be giving the main axis alignment of this column as, sorry, you're gonna give the main axis of this. Sorry, why it is coming? Okay, the main axis alignment of this as center. Okay, so main axis alignment dot center. Everything basically we need in center. That's why we use this main axis alignment. Then we are gonna create children for this. Children will be basically all the widgets that I will be putting will be inside this children. You can see the documentation here. A list of children will store all the widgets. Okay, so here we start our work. What we are gonna do here is putting a text which will be displaying the number of clicks that has been done by the user. It will be registering the number of clicks. Okay, for that we need now a controller, as I told you. So we need a final, it will be a final variable. Okay, because it can't be changed once done. Counter controller. Okay, and this is basically the class name only. You can see this is the class name here, counter controller. So there was a class inside that. You can see that it is already imported also. So let's make the this as counter controller. Okay, is equals to, okay. So again you are gonna see a new thing, get dot put, and the dependency here will be nothing but the class name counter controller. Okay, so what is this doing? Basically I will explain you in short. Basically we use this put for registering our controllers. Okay, and here comes your class name. Okay, just put this. Okay, now let's start. Sorry, this will be removed from here. Okay, okay, no worries. Now let's start, we register here whatever we create here. The controller will be registering here by adding here inside the widget, we can access the value of controller by writing this counter counter controller dot counter dot value. This will be having the value of the current value of the controller, and then we will be a sized, let's create a sized box so that it can be displayed also. Sized box, okay. This will be of height, I will keep the height as, okay, let's keep it as 10. Okay, then we will be putting let's put a elevated button which can be used for incrementing the or you can change the screen, right? Okay, we can change the screen by using this elevated button. Now you will see a magic here, not a magic, yeah, it is a GetX magic only. Basically, when you use here on pressed property, you need a very long thing, right? You need a whole navigator dot push dot whatever. Okay, but I will be showing you something here what we are going to do. Okay, once again, just first let's write this child property. We will be putting a text here, and text will be open other page. Okay, done. And now continue to the next part. Our next part will be the other dot dot. This will be a stateless widget again. Let's import our material dot dot material. Okay, this we are gonna do this other page I'm creating to show you guys that how this route management, or this changing the screen navigating becomes so easy by using your GetX state management tool. Okay, this will be again a stateless widget as I mentioned you earlier. Okay, and let's name it as other screen. Okay, let's remove this super key and all. Okay, now what we are gonna do, we are gonna remove this also. We are gonna write here the scaffold. Okay, okay. So we are going to demonstrate here that how the process of a screen changing happens without using any build context thing. Okay, so the body of this code scaffold will be having a column. Let's create that body and the column for this column. There will be let's create for all the widgets children. Okay, come down. Now, okay, what we are gonna do here, we are gonna take that value that of counter, okay, and we are gonna show it in this screen. Let's do that, okay. This we can do again by a very simple control, creating a very simple controller. Let's name it. It will be the same controller that we created there using that class. What was it name? Counter controller, right? Counter. It will automatically come counter controller, and this will be uh, counter controller equal to get dot c find. Now this function is a very crazy function. Literally, what does this do is, one second, sorry, find function. Okay, what does this do is it will find whatever you mention in whatever your controller will be from anywhere in the whole code, wherever you are on whatever screen you are. Literally, sometimes what happens, you have a very big code, you forget to store some value, or you like delete some value or whatever. Okay, but this thing, this our dot find function will get it from anywhere in the code and it will show you. So no need to worry about that also of creating the tracking that thing, right? Just use dot find, it will go. Okay, now we will be creating a text. It will register that, okay, screen was clicked. Let's write this, screen was clicked. How many times we are gonna put this again by using that thing. Okay, let's go. Counter automatically comes dot counter dot value, done. And how many times? Okay, times. Okay, fine. So now this will be telling you that how many times your screen has been clicked. Okay, so this is also made now, and let's make sure that it is centered. I forgot to add that thing. Let's make sure that it is centered. Okay, we're gonna add it here. Okay, the main axis alignment come up. Main axis alignment will be nothing but center. Okay, fine, done. Now let's create a button in the home dot again, which will be allowing you to come back. Okay, which will be allowing you to come to the back screen again. Let's do that by doing. Let's copy this elevated thing and take it there directly. It will happen. Okay, okay. Let's take this itself there. Let's take this elevated button there in my other dot and let's paste it below the text here. Okay, let's paste it here. Okay, now this will be text will be here. Home back to home page. Okay, I will keep it as back to home page. Okay, done. And here now you see again a very strong thing, a very useful thing is you just right here. Okay, we need to create the button for button our boss box also, right? Sorry. Just use here get dot back function. This will take you to the next screen. You don't have to use and again any build context or anything. Just use your get dot back function. It will take you to the back screen. Got it? Similarly, instead of back, there are many more functions. I will show you here once. Let's check that out. You can use your back for using some name. Suppose you want to take to a particular screen, give name to all your screens and just use this. See, okay. Suppose you have kept a screen whose name is next screen. So you can use this dot to function to take to any particular screen, okay, or navigate to a new screen, okay. Then you have a new screen with name to named. Suppose you have kept any name, okay. You have that dot back function which we are using. Okay, dot off next screen. What is this? No option to go back. Now, once you use this dot off, then you have no option to go back for use in splash screens or login screens, right? Once you go to a login screen, you don't want to come back to a splash screen, right? Suppose you are giving a splash, creating an application, you're giving a splash screen into it. Now once your splash screen is shown, you don't want to come back to splash screen again, right? It is just for a show, right? So you can use this dot off function here. Then dot for off for all. This will be canceling all the previous routes. You can't route now from that page to any other page, right? This can be used for shopping carts or polls and test. It is given here. Okay, fine. So now let's come back to our thing. Now mostly our application is made. Just come here to your home and to go to that screen. Now what you have to do is just write, as we saw, get dot to the name of the screen. The name of the screen was other screen, right? Other screen, that's it. You are on that page now. Now what you have to do is just change in your this. You have to just write here, change this to home screen, that's it. And done. Now let's try to run this app and check what all changes we get. Okay, it is performing the hot reload. Done. So okay, as we expected, it is not coming like that. But is it working? Yeah, it is working. We don't have any current sorry, we don't have anything which will register our clicks. Okay, so we need to create a button that can keep that register. Let's create that button and take this to center. Okay, so individually we have to take these things to center. Let's do that. We will be creating a, let's come to our home screen. I will create a floating action button here. Now let's come out of the column, okay, and then create the floating action button. And here floating action button dot, oh sorry, floating action button. And here there will be properties called on pressed. Okay, now what are we gonna do with these button? What are we gonna do? We are gonna increment the count, right? So you don't have to do anything. You just have to write here counter controller again dot. You need to call that increment function that you created. Okay, you increment. Okay, you call this function out. It will get incremented. What error it is showing? Okay, it needs this. Mm, done. Now what you need to do is you need to put everything into center, right? So for that, what you can do is you can in your children just put this thing, wrap this thing out by a center widget, okay, and similarly we have this elevated button also by a center widget, and then you are good to go. Now just run your code again. Okay, let's check. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, I will add an icon also here. Let's add an icon also so that it's easy to check that. Child, create a child and add an icon. Icon, icons dot, icons dot add. Okay, so done. We will be having an icon also now. Okay, what is so? Okay, we have added our icon also now. Let's try to run this out and check whether what result do we get. Okay, so this is the result that you are getting. Clicking on plus. Okay, it is not. You need to put this whole body into your observable, right? Okay, so wrap this out with obx. Okay, will it come? No, it is not coming. So you need to do that by yourself manually. Copy this whole column widget actually. Just copy this column widget. Okay. Whole, actually, you are changing the UI, right? You are changing your whole screen to a observable. So copy the whole scaffold widget. Sorry, not scaffold. This body and just convert into. Sorry, why I'm copying. Just copy your column and take it to change that column. Okay, to OBX, right? OBX. It will already come. It will show me. Okay, and here you just need to put this. Okay, yeah, and just paste it here. Done. Done. Okay, so now you have made it as that, and now as soon as you run it, it will start running. Done. Let's format our document with that. Done. Now let's again try to hot reload it. Okay, so it has registered already. You can see all the things it is registering very properly. Let's see the other page. Okay, we haven't fixed this. Let's fix this also. Other dot art. Come to other dot art and change this to 1 second. Can we do this? Leave it. Change this to grab this out by center widget. Column widget by center widget. Okay, done. Okay, done. Now let's again reload it. Okay, take this here. Okay, back to home page. Open another page. Back to home page. You can click here. So this is a very basic application that we have tried to make in using our GetX controller. I wanted to demonstrate here the controller dot find function dot put function. Put function was registering the value. Dot find function is finding that value, and it is implementing in the whole, and we made that variable, the variable as observable dot using that dot obs. So because we did that, we need to make the whole column as observable so that it changes also. Obx is basically used to change it. You can read this documentation. I will show you here. This obx value, one second. Okay, yeah, here. And in the UI, when you want to show that value and update the screen whenever the values change, simply do this. So that's what we did. We changed the whole thing, right? So this is what we did. Basically, this was our application. This is my code. I will share this into my description. I will share the publication. This got that get one also in my description. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and there will be more Flutter videos coming, which are lined up. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, like this video. Thank you very much for watching. Keep coding.